Hey everybody, this is Keith with Collector's Maze, and we are doing a video reaction tonight. And tonight we have with us, who we got here?
Hello, I'm Rixie. Good to see everyone tonight.
Bill Holmes with Collector's Maze. How you guys doing tonight? Excited to be the guinea pig for your experiment.
Yes. Yeah, with the brand new Bad Batch Season 3 trailer. Bill has not seen it yet, so me and Rixie did get a chance to take a look at it earlier, and just excited to see what Bill sees, and then at the same time kind of catch a little bit of what we didn't catch already. So
Exactly. I'm totally pumped to watch this with you, Bill, because I have some questions, and I'm like, so I'm excited to dig into this with you. All right, so
Awesome.
I'm going to share the screen. Let's watch it together.
All right, let's do it.
Here we go. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep, oh
Everyone got it? All right, here we go.
I love it.
Hold on! We've got troopers up top. We're running out of road!
Not exactly a stealth exit, boys.
Let's move! I thought at the end of the war,
Oh, some Rex.
mean an end to losing more of our brothers. But I was wrong.
No,
We
Tech.
can't just walk away. Not
That one
with the
killed me.
Empire imprisoning the kid.
That was hard. And then Omega.
Bring it. Oh, there was a commando.
Mm-hmm.
Omega's been waiting for us a long time. Our mission is not over yet.
The Bad Batch is in action.
Oh, look at those guys.
Oh my God.
Crimson Guard.
Whatever is needed to accomplish this goal, you will have it.
They are coming.
Oh, yes.
Give us a real challenge.
That's a croc.
Everyone down! We're not big on following orders.
I wasn't planning on killing you.
What?
But
No.
you're making it very tempting.
Oh my gosh.
I know, yes.
Yes, Ventress. Oh my God. God, so many questions. I mean,
Holy crap. Okay,
There's a
all
lot
right.
of
Let me
questions.
stop sharing that. Okay, all right.
how
Oh,
much did there was a lot in that little clip.
Yes.
So much. All right,
My God.
what did you pick out first, Bill? Where did you go first?
Well, I have to say, when I saw Palpatine, I was
Mhm.
like, oh my God, you get the wrong guys. You know, this is
Yeah.
not like a side adventure anymore. This is bringing the might of the Empire down on this, whatever's
Mhm.
going on here. You know, if Palpatine is there personally overseeing something, it's big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. Is that so? I was asking Keith earlier. Is that the Crimson Guard or the Royal Guard? Is that the first time we see them in Clone Wars? I mean, I don't remember seeing them anywhere else. Were they in any of the Clone Wars?
I don't remember
final
seeing
seasons?
them before. Don't
So
ever
I mean,
remind-
we're seeing those guys come in. I mean,
I was excited to see more RCs, the Republic Commandos coming out.
yes,
You know,
yes.
they were background characters, but I'd love to see more of them in action.
So
Yeah.
a question on that. All right. So Boss, where does he fit in that? I mean, so you cosplay Boss, right? Who is a Republic Commando? Where does he fit in?
Well, he is a squad leader, basically.
Okay.
So you basically have different units. So they all have different, makeup and kind of, think of the RC squads kind of like the Bad Batch squad. They have their specialties, their quirks, their customization in their armor and everything. You have Mega Squad, Delta Squad. You have all these different squads out there. But those guys behind them were grunts. They weren't specifically.
No, they weren't commanders.
Yes, they weren't. They weren't a specific unit. They were what's called a grunt, and you see them in the old video game a lot. So there was no like main characters or face character commandos. President, just to see in the RC up there is giving it a love because it's creeped into the Clone Wars. I mean, obviously, you have the armor being used by the Bad Batch, the clone armor, the RC armor has been adapted to their uses too. So it's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so Keith, what was your first big thing that grabbed you watching the trailer? I mean, what hit you first?
Cad Bane's a big one for me. I think Cad Bane being in it is huge. Which you kind of start realizing kind of where it fits in the story right now too, because with a lot of the, I would say with all the troopers and how their gear is and what, again, with the Royal Guard, we've only seen, to my understanding, the Coruscant guards when he was being, ushered around, the blue and everything else. So seeing the red, that's huge for me because I love that storyline. I love the Crimson Empire stuff. I love those. So those were big too. But yeah, Cad Bane. That means it's pre. Oh, well,
yeah. So I was gonna say,
it's got to be like with the Rebels tie-in because Chopper. Did we see some Chopper action?
I thought I saw another trailer that had Chopper in there. So I don't know. I got it, and I didn't. So the trailer we watched came straight from StarWars.com. So I don't know the legitimacy of that trailer.
See Chopper in it,
no, not that one. But I've seen another one that Chopper was in. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to go search that one, and maybe we'll get some comments and we can add on after that.
Yeah. No, but that'd be some great tie-in. If it is, it would do a ton of time.
And it was almost the exact same trailer, so it might have been legit. There just might be a longer version out there that they didn't post on the Star Wars website. So I'm gonna have to go check that out. But I was trying, when I watched, I always have to stop and get the timeline in my mind, right? So we're getting ready to getting closer to A New Hope, right? So we're getting closer to A New Hope with this. We're not there yet. I mean, we're still a ways off, right? Because the stormtroopers still aren't that classic A New Hope, stormtrooper look. They're getting closer to it. So I don't know how far are we off from. We're off from A New Hope.
They had a very Ralph McQuarrie kind of esque look to them. It's not quite the same one, but it has that, especially the helmets and the buckets. I was like, oh, that was really cool. See, I love when they tie that stuff in and try to show that, evolution of the armor. That's great.
Well, and with Obi-Wan, he's in stuff like that, the decommissioning and the, what do you want to say, the taking care of the troopers, the clones and stuff like that. I know there was other ties with the last Bad Batch and stuff like that, to where they're letting go of all the clone troopers, and so they're pulling in the the humans and the recruits, and then all that other stuff. The, what do you want to call it? The volunteers jumping in and wanting to be part of the Empire, this growing system and stuff like that. So all those clone troopers are starting to get pushed away, and not taking care of documents of like, hey, what do we do now? We're no longer going into battle. You're not needing us anymore.
Exactly. We got that touched in the Clone Wars. The last episodes of the Clone Wars. That was one of the areas they touched on.
Yeah. So Cad Bane, right, and Asajj Ventress. I mean, that one was huge. As soon as I heard that voice, there was like, and I love how they did that, right? It just went black, and you just heard the voice, and I'm like, oh my god, no. But
and did you see the yellow lightsaber?
Yes, okay, yes. The yellow lightsaber. So that two questions I had there, right? I mean, well, two interesting things. I'm gonna share a picture up here on the screen, because a couple things that I caught about her that I'm like, okay, I have questions on this. What is this? And I thought, if anyone's going to know, Bill might know. He should know. We'll see.
Let's see.
Let's see. Window. If I can get a screen share up here, a screen that I want. Don't want a tab. We want a window. No. May take me a second to get it up here.
Pulling that up. At least the one big question that I had noticed right away is she wasn't dual wielding.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious on why. Like, I wonder what would change? Like, where in her story are we at on that? Because I know it's got to be well past the Dooku, well past the Quaylon Voss, that whole story there of her turning bounty, turning good, that kind of stuff. So trying to figure out where her story's at now.
All right, you guys got that?
Yeah, I see it.
All right, so the first thing, when I first saw the pauldron, I first thought that was an Imperial cog, but it's not, right?
No, it's not.
Do you recognize that? I mean, I'm sure someone else is going to pick it apart and figure out what it is, but I didn't recognize. I mean, I first thought it was an Imperial cog, but it's something else.
No, it's definitely not. It's definitely not the Sith Empire.
No.
It almost looks animalistic. It almost looks like it might be an animal head.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure this out.
Is that like a wolf?
See, that's kind of what my guess was. I'm looking in, zeroing in. I don't know if we got another picture of it somewhere, but
I can look at grabbing more, but the next one I have that I was going to share is the so one thing on the saber, right? Like Keith mentioned, she's single wielding, but she's got the curved hilt, which is what she went to. Yeah. So okay, what?
Makes
so this
sense
for her,
because
where
she trained. She trained the Dooku who used the Makashi style. So
this is post Clone Wars. So this is post with her in Quinlan, right? So she's that whole where they went down and tried to assassinate Dooku, her and Quinlan Voss in the novel, right? I mean, I'm assuming that's not canon anymore, though, right?
No, I don't think it's canon anymore. See, that's
so where is she at in life? So she's no longer Sith at this point, right? Am I thinking right?
I would say not. I mean, she kind of rejected that. I mean, after being sort of abandoned by Dooku, regardless of the story, whether it's canon, the one thing legends you're going to find is that abandoned Dooku would, his disappointment with her was always a thing. Kind of takes back. She kind of blamed herself for, the death of the Jedi Master. Remember, she trained originally as a Jedi. She was very young, obviously. Left. She went into a whole different area of slavery and everything else. So that obviously turned her into a Sith.
Okay. So so most of her background, this is we had her in Clone Wars, right? Then we have her in novel as well. So anything in novel is not canon at this point. So that stuff could possibly change, right? There's a possibility of that.
Well, all that stuff's always in flux. I mean, it's, all of Legends, none of it was completely disavowed. It just became a slave. So, you see where Disney full stuff out of it, still uses it. I mean, that's not the first thing. Fraud, for example, most noted. There are still plenty of references, things that are taken from it. Even some of the basic stories of the movies are kind of shaken up and changed, and the characters have changed, but a lot of them are very similar.
So I'm wondering if they, so three, you got Bane and Fennec Shan in there we saw, and Ventress. We got three potential, I won't say bad guys, but mercenaries. Something's happening there. don't know how Ventress ties in it, but so our good friend Enrique made a comment to me today, and he's like, "Did you notice Omega's haircut?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Do you think it's possible that Ventress is a clone of Omega?"
That'd
And
be interesting, but
I had to stop and think about. I mean, I don't know if that's a possibility or if it's a if it's a probability.
I wouldn't think so because of backstory. I mean, again, some of the stuff's in flux, so we don't know.
That's
Some
why
of
I
that
asked
stuff
that
in
question,
Legends
because
is like,
yeah,
because she was not, she was not of that. I mean, obviously, if Omega was a clone, she was a clone of, of basically Jango Fett. However, it would explain a lot if she was a special clone somehow. Maybe, well, let's face it, Dooku might have had something done there.
yeah.
It's very possible.
Or if they came from the same clone, both of them were clones.
See, I just don't think Ventress would have been a clone.
But she was a Night Sister, was she not?
Well, she became, she went to that whole.
So that probably throws that, because if she was a Night Sister.
But
yes,
I guess think about it the other way. Even though your curiosity of Ventress being a clone, what if, just like Jango Fett, she was just hired to then be Omega's contributor instead?
Well, that's kind of what I think. I mean, that's kind of out there, but I mean, it does fit. That's what I was thinking too.
That would fit. Okay, I mean, all right.
What if Dooku had, obviously Dooku was behind the clone army. What if he decided to play with the DNA?
Get his own clone. Okay. Interesting. All right. Interesting thought.
Well, and then of course, you see Ventress's hair, and you're like, hold on. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
I know.
And it kind of would fit in with what, in thinking on the novelization and screenplay for Sith, it's into that. Dooku planned on creating a Sith army. That was one that was easy.
Okay.
He was going to eventually his plan was to overthrow Palpatine and, create a Sith army to rule the galaxy. Kind of a new Jedi Order, except to be Sith. And this was, it was clearly in the novelization of that was Dooku's plan. So if he wanted to create, an army, while he's creating Jango Fett clones, what if he experimented with that? I mean, that's not,
well,
it's definitely a possibility.
And you heard Palpatine in there. I mean, nothing will stop us from achieving our ultimate goal. I mean, that is above everything else. Is basically what he said in there. Exactly. What is that goal? Well, I think that goal is where we end up in the Force Awakens series at the end there, where he's trying to create that Force sensitive clone that he can live on in, right? I mean, that's what I think the goal is, right? So I mean, the whole purpose for cloning and bringing Grogu into the mix and wanting him so bad is to try to figure out how to make clones Force sensitive.
And that may be it. And, again, going back even to Legends, that's something. That was the whole premise. That's like, I mean, obviously the sequel trilogy, the idea of Palpatine cloning, having all these clones, whether it was Dark Empire, the Thrawn trilogy.
Yeah.
He clearly was in the book.
Wasn't it?
It's all Legends.
Isn't after Return, especially like the cloning really showed up a lot with was it Sabath making Luke
yes.
the dark Jedi and stuff like that. So a lot of the cloning definitely showed up a lot in a lot of the books.
Joris Sabath, you saw that. No, absolutely. You always have to check about the clones.
Yeah, took it from his hand.
Cloned him from his hand. So found the hand. Okay, all right. Oh, yeah. Okay.
As I always say, we got 51-49. There's a lot of good stuff, a lot of bad stuff.
Nice. Okay. Well, some interesting theories there. I mean, we'll see. I'm excited to see where it pans out.
Oh, I didn't catch the haircut. I'm actually excited you guys.
Yeah, well, I probably watched it 5 or 6 times now, but Enrique actually caught the haircut. Enrique here back home from Kansas City, he's like, "Did you see Omega's hair?" Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, I was surprised he didn't point out the Royal Guard, so I'm giving crap about that. I'm like, well, you didn't, the Royal Guard, but that's all right. He picked out Omega's hair. I was excited to see the Royal. I was like, ooh, have we seen those guys in Clone Wars yet? We have not.
No.
I mean, we're slowly transitioning, right? I mean, and that's really the way it needs to happen. It's a slow transformation from the Clone Wars into.
This is the gap, between the Clone Wars and this is.
All right, so technical thing that Bill, you're going to have to help me test out because you have the hilt, right? You have. I've seen the Dooku style hilt with the yellow blade that you have. You have that. So, did you notice that she was Obi-Anning with that hilt?
I know.
So, and for those who don't know, the Obi-Annie is the flourish where you come around, twirl, and then go around behiund your back. And that's really hard to do with the curved hilt. I don't even know if you can do it with a curved hilt. Have you seen anyone do it?
No, okay. I've done it. I've done it.
Okay.
I've got it. I've got it. But it is a lot harder. However, you just hold it. You have to hold it like right above the bin, and you can definitely do it.
I remember trying to do it, and I think I hit myself in the head.
Well, I mean, I think we've all hit ourselves to it.
There's a learning curve on a curved hilt.
It's a learning curve, absolutely.
So very obviously, Asajj highly skilled. So if anyone can do it, she can do it.
No, I think that's really cool. But keep in mind, that's the beauties of animation too.
Yeah, that's why.
I mean, we have clones that
flexible armor.
Yeah, look at the Attack of the Clones. They don't have joints in that.
No seams.
The animation, you don't have any joints.
They call it magic metal.
It is. So I mean, beauty of animation.
Yeah, absolutely. CGI can do it all. So what else did you guys? I mean, anything else that you guys picked up on that I missed? Keith?
I guess I'm more now curious at what everybody else is finding. I'm curious to see what other Easter eggs pop up and what else everybody else kind of catches, and definitely the fan theories, because I mean, we're still about a month away from release on it, so we've got some time to get a lot of people curious and start coming up with the fan theories on how this season is going to end up playing out, considering it's already been titled the final season too. So we know this has to bridge the gap the way they're foreseeing it from the Bad Batch going into, as you said, getting closer to the New Hope story already. So like I'm excited. I'm hoping it's
I am too. It'll be a good
action pack for sure. So
it's just good to have some content coming up. Good to have some content coming. I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm excited. Super. All right. Well, I love this. Yeah, I think this is great. I can't wait to see. And I'm going to have to go out and dig into the, I definitely grab all those videos where they dig into the Easter eggs, because then, because there's, watching it 10, 15, 20 times, you can catch stuff that you just don't catch, and it's stopping and pausing.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm excited to see those.
So I just appreciate you bringing me in and being the guinea pig watching this.
Well, as soon as you said you hadn't seen it, I was like, oh, we got to watch this with Bill. I mean,
he's going to watch again after we're done. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna
watch You know it.
Very cool. All right.
Yeah, everybody definitely, like I said, tell us what you saw. Share your views, share your fan theories on what you saw. What direction do you think they're going to go in? What other characters also would you like to see popping up that would be doing the cameos and canon, parts for this? So share away for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, guys.
Gentlemen.
Well, thank you again for sharing. Look forward to more of these, and you guys have a good night.
You too.
Thanks a lot, guys.
May the force be with you.
And also with you.
Well.